You won't believe what this woman did to this homeless man once he returned her wedding ring. Sarah Darling was walking down the street one day when she decided to give change to a homeless man. But she didn't realize while doing so, she accidentally dropped her wedding ring in his cup. You see, Sarah loved that ring and she would never take it off. But one day she had hurt her hand and decided to take it off while her hand healed. She placed it in her bag thinking that it would be the safest place to keep it. But she was sadly wrong. Because on her way to work, when she put that change in the homeless man's cup, she accidentally scooped it up and dropped it in the cup as well. She kept walking to work, not even noticing that the ring was gone. But after some time, she went looking for the ring in her purse and realized it was gone. That's when her heart dropped. And Sarah started to freak out. She lost the one thing she valued the most, and it meant more to her than just its financial value. Sarah tried to think hard, where could she have left the ring? She recalled her steps and remembered, and realized she must have dropped the ring in the cup when she gave the change to the homeless man. Cause that was the only time she went in her purse that day. She thought for sure the ring's gone for good. But instead of just giving up, she decided to give it a try, and see if the man was still around the area where she last saw him. But when she arrived, he was nowhere to be found. She went home hurt and disappointed in herself, thinking she'd never get her ring back. Even going to her husband, hugging him and bawling her eyes out, telling him what happened. Her husband's name was Bill, and he comforted her and told her not to give up and that she should go try again and see if he's there one last time. So Sarah listened, wiped away her tears, and went out the house to go check. This time he was there. She said to him, "I don't know if you remember me from earlier, but I think I accidentally gave you something that was mine." The man replied, "Was it a ring?" Sarah's eyes lit up, and then he said, "I have it. I kept it safe for you." Sarah was thankful and relieved because she had thought the worst, thinking that maybe he sold it. She then gave him a hug and asked him his name, and he replied, "Billy." You see, Billy was actually going to sell the ring. He had been living on the streets for years and was ready for a change, so he had took the ring to a pawn shop. The pawn shop took a close look at the ring and offered him $4,000. Billy couldn't believe his ears. Finally, a chance to have money and maybe change his life a little bit. But in his heart, he couldn't go along with it. He denied the money, put the ring back in his pocket, and left the pawn shop, and decided to wait for Sarah to return. His conscience just wouldn't let him sell it. Once returning the ring back to Sarah, Sarah thanked him and went along her way. But Sarah had a plan for this man's selfless act. Immediately when she got home, her and her husband hopped online and decided to make a GoFundMe page, and even posted on Facebook. When they told his story, people immediately started donating, and they raised over $100,000 for Billy. They then surprised Billy with the money, but he didn't think he deserved it because he thought it was just an act of kindness, and it's what anyone should have done. The word quickly spread, and the story even got posted on the news, where Billy's family saw it. You see, his family thought after all these years, Billy was dead. So a TV network decided to get in contact with Billy and put him on their show. And they thanked him for his kindness and surprised him with his family. Check this video out to see a guy who was abducted by aliens. His story will blow your mind. I'm telling you, it gets a little crazy. Yeah.